The most dangerous addiction for the modern man isn't what you think it is. It's actually the digital noise, the screens that you are watching this on, the apps that keeps bombarding you with notifications, and all the other things in between. If it's not vanity or digital validation that we want likes and followers and subscribers from others, obviously I'm guilty of this myself, then we get trapped into this thing that we feel productive if you go on LinkedIn or if you go on whatever platform and we think that, hey, that's for my project or for my business or for my ideas and it helps me. It doesn't really. You don't have to spend your hours on that. You can go on LinkedIn, publish your update, whatever, and log out, because even that platform is now like Instagram, I guess. You see all the stupid shit and memes and cats and whatever. So you have to be protective of your attention. And it doesn't only include apps, it includes football matches or basketball, whatever you're watching. It includes all the sports, all the noise, all the Netflix, everything. I'm not saying you have to cut them all out of your life. I'm saying you have to limit those. You have to keep it under control. You cannot consume all this content from all these different types of platforms all the time. You are watching your Instagram feed and you have reels and information from people that you don't even know from like 20,000 kilometers away. Instagram was meant for friends to share photos and their stories and their life between them. And now we see stuff that we don't even wanted. And that makes us feel bad because we have a great life, but then we see others living supposedly better than us, and now we want that. And we are not happy anymore with the life that we have. We are not happy with the car that we drive anymore because you've seen some guy driving a Lambo because they did some business or whatever, and now you want to go and chase that. Obviously, we cannot be immune to that. I guess that's how the human brain is, but you have to limit that and you have to realize that it's a trap. And the more time you spend on these screens, the less you are to achieve the things that you want to achieve, because we complain that we don't have the time to do the stuff that you want, going to the gym or walking or swimming or even going on adventures or picking up a new hobby. We complain, oh man, I wish I could do that, but I just don't have the time. I have work, I have kids, I have that. Sure, if you have kids, I understand. I don't have kids, but I know your time is kind of messy. But other than that, I'm sure you can find some time in order to better yourself if you want. And even if it's not self-improvement, like I've said, you can just pick up a hobby that you want to pick, but you don't have the time. Check out how much time you are wasting on Instagram and whatever other apps, and realize that, there is actually time. And I can take it from this boring scrolling and apply it to this, which makes me more happy. We also get into the trap of feeling productive when we are on social media or on other websites or platforms. We watch videos like this one or business videos, and we think that if I'm watching that, I'm learning and I can apply it towards my life or my career or my business. And most of the times, that's true. And you have to learn and watch and research. But you don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to spend your whole time only on that, on research and on learning and on watching others. You have to do the shit for yourself as well. You have to actually apply what you are watching and what you are reading. Because if you just watch and you just make plans with ChatGPT and from this, YouTuber or this guide or this cool community, and you bought the course, whatever you did, you have to put it to work. You have to take time from other shit and put it towards that. And then you will see that things will start to move. If you constantly consume without creating, without putting something back of ourselves into the world, then you can't really accomplish the things that you want to accomplish and live the life that you want to live. I'm not trying to sound like a fucking guru. I'm not trying to sound like someone that has it all together. I don't. But I've been there and I've been through these traps of always chasing a shinier thing or always, wanting more or always scrolling to see something else funnier or whatever to relax after a big day. I still do it sometimes, but I make sure that I've done all my work for that day in order to allow myself like 30 minutes or whatever of doom scrolling. And even then I'm protective of what I watch. and I realized that some type of content will negatively affect me because either, doom and gloom or it's whatever else. So I don't want that in my life. I know there's problems in the world. I cannot fix them. I don't want to have all those things into my head. Whatever they are doing, whatever, they are planning, whatever is going on, I don't care. I care to a degree, obviously, but I realized over the years and from the past recent years, nothing will change. So I just don't want to bother with that anymore. I want to focus on myself, my family, my business, my life, because ultimately that's the only thing that you can control. That's it. And yeah, in order to do that and to live a life of purpose and to live, like I've said, the life that you want, you have to cut out digital distractions. And I'm going to give you a few ideas to help you out. Number one, there's this trend these days that you have to stare to a blank wall for like 10 minutes. Try that. Maybe you will not even get to 2, maybe you will not make it to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. You will try again later or tomorrow and the next session and after that, and you will get closer to 10. And you will think, what is the benefit of staring to a blank wall for 10 minutes? Well, for one, you will see and realize that you've really messed up your attention span. You cannot sit there in quiet and let your thoughts come to you. And you will also realize things that you want to do or solutions to problems that you have or ideas. I'm not saying it will solve your life. I'm not saying it will completely take care of everything that you're going through like that, but it's a start. And if you're not facing all those things and you're not challenging those ideas or thoughts or problems because you're constantly on your device, then you will not really solve them anyway. So try that. Stare at the blank wall. Limit the time that you're spending on your device every day. Block certain apps. Block all the websites. If you are watching adult content, you know that I'm a very big opponent to that sort of content because not only I have my app Sever that promotes a porn-free life, but I also know how dangerous it is, especially for young guys and for a man's confidence and discipline and clarity and focus and mental health. So you have to limit those. You have to block all other content apps. You have to block all the traps. And you also have to impose some certain type of limits. You've heard it before, 1 hour before bed, no devices. Even if you cannot fall asleep, you go to bed, you sit there, you watch the ceiling, and maybe stuff will start coming to you in your head and you realize things. That's one of the best times to do it. If you use a lot of digital devices for your work, like I do, you have to make sure that there's a limit on how much time you're spending every day in front of your devices. Not only does it ruin your eyes, it also ruins your focus and your circadian rhythm. And you have to take breaks at least every 30 minutes. Get up from your desk, move for like 1 minute or whatever, and it's a nice thing to do for your body and for your brain and for your eyes. And be careful how much time you're spending with ChatGPT and Cloud and telling those companies all the stuff that you are doing, your life and whatever, and feed them pictures of yourself or your kids. That's kind of, too much. You can use them to give you some points and outlines and systems and plans for whatever you're trying to do, but don't waste your whole day or life chatting with them. People spend hours on ChatGPT these days. It's their friend or their boyfriend or their girlfriend. It's fucking crazy. You have to stay attentive and you have to guard your attention and just do something fun. Do something else. Go for a walk, like I said many times. Do something else, even if it's hard. That's the fun thing. It is hard because it wasn't supposed to be this easy to get all this dopamine like in the click of a button. It wasn't. We weren't created for this, for constantly doom scrolling and getting our satisfaction and living the life that we want to live through others. I guess this was a little bit longer than I expected. I don't want to do too many cuts. I'm not going to try hard this YouTube thing. If you like it, if you don't like it, I guess, man. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If not, it's all good. Go stare to a fucking wall.